Hey guys, how's it going? It's Johnny here from Seraphim's Nerdpool, and on today's episode we're talking about the Mr. Freeze statue that is coming out from Prime 1 from their Arkham Origins lineup. Now before we jump into the actual piece, I want to give you a quick rundown on who Mr. Freeze is. His real name is Victor Freeze. He's a former cryogenicist. Yep, that sounds right. He had a fatal accident whilst he was at work, whilst he was working on a cure for his wife's illness. And in all fairness, a lot of the times when he comes up against Batman, it's not because he's trying to attack Batman, it's because he's having to pull off some sort of criminal activity to basically fund his activities towards trying to save his wife, Nora. He's actually quite a sad story with Mr. Freeze. Everything he does is to help his wife, Nora. Now, this piece in particular is, I think, absolutely amazing. It's 1/3 scale, so he's pretty big. He's 34 inches tall. I think Killer Croc's only like 35 inches tall. And he's actually a similar kind of price. He is $1,400. Killer Croc is exactly the same price. I believe the reason why these two guys are so expensive is because of the extra level of detail and the sheer size of them. Like with Killer Croc, you have all like the crocodile scales that you have to make and all those like points that were on his head. And with Mr. Freeze, you've got all of his armor, you've got that sort of big, like, cold suit that he has to wear that keeps him alive, basically, because the accident means he can't actually survive in normal temperatures. He has to be in almost like sub-zero temperatures just to survive anymore. So every time he comes up against Batman, and this is from the Arkham Origins video game, and the boss battle that you do against Mr. Freeze in that game was one of my favourites from the series. It was just such a good game. Such a good fight with him, and it's great to see him getting some exposure on such a massive scale. I mean, the level of detail that's gone into this guy is just above and beyond. Like some of the details on like the pipework to his gun, the gun itself, like the slightly frosted effect on the dome around his head. His facial expression itself is just mind-blowing. It's really, really, really nice. So they've released the edition size number for it as well. The exclusive piece, there's going to be 350 of them. And the regular, there's 700. Now that's actually quite a low edition size, for both the exclusive and the regular. But bear in mind, this guy's a massive piece. He's probably going to take a while to sell out. So you might be wondering what the exclusive piece actually is. The exclusive piece that you can be ordering from Sideshow themselves if you order through Sideshow Collectibles. The exclusive is a swap out hand holding what looks like a snow globe with Nora Allen inside it. I think it's actually quite a nice touch. It really brings an extra element to the piece because Mr. Freeze is so much, it's all about his wife. It's all about Nora and all about trying to save Nora Freeze. And him holding that snow globe statue of Nora, it adds an extra bit of story. And I think I spoke about this last time with my Scarecrow review, that having something that can bring an extra element of story to your collection is just, I think it's invaluable. And with Mr. Freeze in particular, with his big cold gun attached to his arm and that snow globe, which kind of just shows his motivations behind why he's even doing the things he's doing. And in all fairness, it's to a certain extent why Batman doesn't pound the crap out of him the same way he does some of the other villains, because Mr. Freeze isn't just trying to create mayhem, he just wants to save his wife. So some of you may actually be saying that $1,400 is incredibly expensive, and you'd be right. But like I said a minute ago, the level of detail that's had to go into Mr. Freeze is above and beyond anything that has come out in the line beforehand, except maybe Killer Croc. Even Bane wasn't this expensive, and Bane had all like his pipework and stuff, but it was still relatively tame compared to what they've had to do with Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is that one step further. Now, if you are in the statuing community, which I'd imagine most of you guys are, you will no doubt have noticed that particularly with Sideshow and like Hot Toys and stuff like that, when they make figures for Marvel, for Iron Man, the level of detail that goes into making an Iron Man suit is always more than the amount of detail that has to go into making Captain America or the Hulk. Because the Hulk, you just have to make a big green guy and a face. With Iron Man, you have to get every single bit of that armor right, because the fans will know it's not right and they will point it out. Mr. Freeze here is no exception. The level of detail that's had to have gone into creating that cryogenetic suit that he's wearing, that cold suit, and the weapon he has, and the visual face effect of the anger in his face of trying to defeat Batman because Batman's stopping him from achieving his main goal of saving his wife. Then with the exclusive piece of the little snow globe with Nora in it, it just absolutely blows me away. And the level of detail in it kind of justifies the cost. Because bear in mind, he's 1/3 scale, and that base alone is a couple hundred dollars worth of base for me. That ice coming off it is just amazing. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this piece. I like it. I think it's great for the money. I actually think it's good value for money when you look at some of the other pieces that have come out. I actually think Killer Croc is less intricate, and they're the same price and a similar kind of size. And I think Killer Croc has less involved into making him. So like I say, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Leave me comments down below, like it, share it, and we'll see you again next time.